Hello guys. Many parents and teachers out there still believe that the people who are nerd are smart and people who play sports are dumb. Is it really true or you were misled by a group of scientists from 70s and 80s? Yes, there was a theory saying you were either born with a big brain or small brain. Big brain people were considered to be smart but weak. In the other hand, small brain people were considered to be dumb but fit. However, these things changed in the mid 90s when scientists found three factors that make human beings smart. Number one, learning. It's obvious that learning makes you smart. Number two, self efficacy, which means believing in yourself to finish that goal. Number three, and the most important one, physical exercise. Well, the first two factors weren't so surprising, but the third one was how could exercise makes you smart? To answer this question, you should really know about Carl Kottman. He was a scientist who did a crazy experiments to answer this question. So, he got a bunch of mice and had them run on a running wheel from 7 to 14 days. But it wasn't all fun and games for the mice because as their brains were eventually dissected, he looked at their brains and the cortex, which is the top part of the brain, and noticed it was thicker. And there was one particular area called hippocampus which was bigger when compared to the mice that didn't run on the wheel. The brain's cortex is where our long-term memories are stored, and the hippocampus is like center for learning and short-term memories. So Carl found the answer he was looking for. That is, exercise was making our brain grow new cells and neurons. Indeed, it was making us smarter. Carl's finding gave a way for a whole new research field in science by showing the world that the brain is like a muscle. It responds to use, adapting new demands and conditions. So it's either use it or lose it. However, that doesn't quite explain why exercise is making our brains grow new neurons. Most people would consider using your brain as doing something creative or logical, like writing a book or solving a puzzle, etc. But that's not really what the brain's function is. The only reason why humans have such big brain is for one purpose and that purpose only. And the reason is to perform adaptable complex movement. Simply put, we have a brain to think and move our other body parts. If you don't want to move, you are no different from the rock, and so you don't need a brain at all. Physical activity activates most of our brain regions simultaneously because, like we just said, we need a brain to move. The intense effect exercise has on our brain is that it improves our learning ability. Other health benefits from exercise are secondary. For example, 10,000 years ago, we were still hunting and gathering. We moved anywhere from 10 to 14 miles every single day. We were searching for food, constantly moving from place to place, looking for new shelter, etc. etc. So these physical activities helped our brain to adapt and learn things quickly. But now when we bring the word exercise to mind, we are started to think that someone is trying to get into shape. It's completely different. When we exercise, there is a protein called brain-derived neurotropic factor, BDNF, is released which nourish the parts I mentioned before, such as hippocampus, cortex and basal forebrain. All these brain areas are vital to learning, memory and higher thinking. A study in 2013 showed that just 20 to 40 minutes of exercise increased BDNF in the blood by 32%. And another German study found that people learned vocabulary words 20% faster after physical activities. So, rate of learning is directly proportional with the levels of BDNF. To put it simply, the higher our levels of BDNF are, the easier it is to learn new things. So, what kind of physical activity should you do to get the most benefits? The answer is high intensity aerobic exercise. Going to the gym and lifting weights every 10 minutes like many powerlifters do doesn't seem to have such a powerful impact as high intensity exercise does. Powerlifting still benefits the brain, don't get me wrong. However, if you want to get the most out of it, you need to get your heart rate to at least 80% of its maximum beats per minute. Some of the best activities are running, cycling, but it's even better if your activity involves some complex motor movements which are noticed in sports like cricket, football, tennis, badminton, etc. etc. So optimal daily dose of exercise seem to be 20 to 40 minutes in the morning. For some people the benefits last for the whole day, but for the majority they seem to last for about 2 to 4 hours. If you haven't been active for a while, it's better to slowly build up to those times. 30 minutes is just a recommendation and not a requirement. Even just walking for 30 minutes could have a powerful effect. It's up to you to find your optimal dose depending on your schedule and personal needs. So, if you go exercise and then right after go sit on a couch to watch a TV series, you are not learning anything of value. But if you put your mind to it and try learning something new, whether it's just a new skill or just studying for the test after exercise, you will find that it's much easier to do so. Try this for a week and let me know how you felt in the comment section, and also don't forget to share this video with your friends and family. That's it guys, this is Vignesh, see you guys in the next video.